McCarg, everyone is reading The World According to Humphrey, and Humphrey is a hamster. And today I thought we would draw our own little hamsters. You may use your paper in either direction. You may have it horizontal or you may turn it vertical. Horizontal fits better on my screen, so I'm going to be using my paper horizontal today. All right, and as we get started, we are going to start with Humphrey's head. So we're just going to make a little circle, all right, for the head of your hamster. All right. The next thing I want are some little tiny ears up at the top, not too big. All right. So just sort of little rainbow shapes. And I like to put another little rainbow inside the first little rainbow. And I get myself some teeny tiny little ears. Now I'm going to jump right to the middle and I'm going to put on his nose. And I like to use an upside down triangle shape, but instead of being a pointy triangle, I like to round the corners and round the corners and round the corners for his little nose. So instead of being very pointy like this, I am rounding the corners around, all right? And I'm getting more of this type of shape, all right? After we get his little nose, all right, I'm going to put some cheeks coming off of him. So from the top of this little nose, I'm going to round it off to the side edge of the paper. This is going to make his little snout coming forward and actually make his cheekbones coming out, right? Then I'm going to give him some whiskers, and I need whiskers on both sides. And you can put as many whiskers on there as you would like. I think I'm going to have 4 on this side because I decided I needed an extra one, and 3 on this side. And that's okay, however you would like it best. Down from his nose, I'm going to put a little line as I start his mouth, and I'm going to curve it off to one side and curve it off to the other side. And I'm going to give Humphrey 2 little teeth, 1 on each side. All right, I'm going to give him some teeth to nibble with. Okay, right. Now I'm ready to start Humphrey's body. And again, I'm going to be putting a curve off to one side and a curve off the other as I put his big old fat body on there. All right, okay. And I'm going to go ahead and connect it all the way across because his belly's going to be so fat that his feet are just going to stick off the edge of it. So it's just sticking out from up underneath. I put his little feet, all right? And if you want, we can put the heel of his foot by making a little bump over there and put some little toenails on him and make those feet a little bit fancier, all right? And I've got my feet for my Humphrey, all right? I'm now going to give him some arms, and I'm going to have him nibbling something, or maybe he's going to be writing with a pencil because Humphrey has all kinds of tricks. And what I'm going to do is right here, I'm going to follow along the body, and then I'm going to bring his arm into the middle, all right? And then I'm going to connect it right there. It's going to be like his armpit, and I'm going to bring it sort of a curve line over, and you can see where that's going to be his arm connected to his shoulder. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Coming down a little bit, I'm going to bring it almost over to the middle. I got to save room for my hands. And then I'm going to put the top of the arm, and I'm just going to stop it at the armpit area. And those are going to be his arms coming forward. Then I'm going to need his little hands. All right, I'm going to put kind of cartoonish hands instead of all his fingers. I'm going to put some big thumbs, and then I'm going to put some other fingers coming out. So I'm going to give him about 3 more fingers. You can change that up if you want and put 5 little fingers, but I'm going to do more of a cartoon little hands. Usually only have 4 little fingers. Now, I want my Humphrey to be eating a nut. He's going to be eating an acorn. But like I said, you could even put a great big pencil in there in his hands if you wanted him to be writing, like the Humphrey in the story. But I'm going to put a little scoop or a little rainbow again up at the top with just the little stem coming out of my acorn. And then I'm going to jump the top of the acorn up underneath my thumbs. And then the bottom is going to stick out of the bottom of the hand. And on the very bottom, there's just a point. All right. And now you can see how my acorn goes back behind his hands. Right. So my Humphrey is missing something. What do you think Humphrey's missing? If you said eyes, you are correct. All right. Hamsters don't have really, really great big eyes. So we just want to put some little eyes in there. And you can put the pupils in there too if you want. And now we've got our Humphrey, our hamster. All right. Now you can, again, I said, take it a little bit further. And we can, instead of drawing an acorn in his hand. Look here, I gave him a pencil and a little notebook to take notes on. All right, and I colored my Humphrey in. Oh, on this one, I forgot to give him the white belly, didn't I? If you want to do that, I just start near his neck area, jump it under his hands, scoop it around, jump back over his arm, and come back over the other side. And this part would stay white when I started coloring in all this fur. To make the fur on this, I didn't have a good golden color, so I used brown and yellow mixed to make my golden looking fur for this Humphrey. And the feet are kind of flesh color, all right, and so are his hands, all right. And you can kind of think about that too when you're coloring. And notice that I put him in room 26. That goes along with our story. And what do you think the lesson of today was? You're right, it was a math lesson. 4 plus 3 equals 7. Must be all about the 7 today because this one's 7. 0 plus 7 equals 7. Okay, so have fun creating your own Humphrey and deciding what your background should be like. And if you want to change it up a little bit and draw your Humphrey sideways, by all means, just make the body come out the side, put on his 4 little legs, and look here, I've got him in his cage running around on the hamster wheel. Have a good day.